All right, what's good? What's good? What's up, Scar? How we doing? So, as far as bias goes, I lean more bearish right now. Um, we're kind of in a tough spot because we're in the middle of this range. And the reason I'm bearish, though, is because I want to see, and I've been wanting to see since yesterday, the middle of this range from this low to this high get revisited. So, like, equilibrium is what I'm looking for because we've only gone up since the beginning of the week. We haven't had any retracements or anything like that, but you also don't want to get caught in picking a top, um, or trying to pick a top. Right now, we're trading into this, and this is what we did yesterday, traded into this 4 hour fair value gap. I like how we respected the midpoint of it, but we have created relative equal highs at previous day high. So if we do switch to an obvious bullish bias, then this would be the obvious target for me moving forward. Um, what we've already done today, though, up to this point, is take previous day low into this hourly fair value gap, which could be enough since we are, and if we are going to continue being extremely bullish, it could be enough to continue us higher. But I like the action that I've been seeing overnight. It's just a matter of how we respect this area that we're in now heading into the opening range. Why? Because we're trading into an hourly SIBI right here, which is my area of interest right before open. We've created SMT at London highs right here. So if you take a look, London highs right here for ES. We took that. London highs right here for NQ. We haven't taken that. We're holding this hourly SIBI. So if we are going to get like a Judas swing higher, I wouldn't want to see it go higher than this, like much higher than this. I think it could just poke above this and then take us lower. I'd be okay with that. But we have this data low right here, so that would be a good target. Um, but I never like when we're trading inside of my area of interest right at the open. I'd rather see us trade below it and then spike up into it at the open with that opening range volatility. So I really just have to see what we do in the next 30 seconds here. But that's my idea going into it is I'm bearish, but an important bearish target or sell side target has already been hit. I still see room for lower. We are trading inside a daily fair value gap right here, but the midpoint, this is a really premiumed daily fair value gap, daily BISI. The midpoint of this daily fair value gap is in line with equilibrium of this range and the unfilled 4 hours. So that's a couple things that are in alignment right there with each other. So let's see how this opening range reacts here. And I think Powell still is talking, so I want to be careful about that. Let's mark out my levels here. We got 9:30 a.m. open, and then we've also got previous day settlement. So we're in a discount gap right now. Previous day settlement. In a discount gap, how big is it? It is about 100 points. So we could see some retracement into this. Midpoint is right around. Okay. So I really wouldn't want to see the midpoint reached. And we are in this 5 minute. I thought I was going to get an entry signal prior to the open because this 5 minute right here, if we inverse this, that would technically have been an entry signal for me. I don't like trading below or before 9:30 a.m. open, but we were inside this hourly SIBI right here, had SMT at London high. If we were to inverse this, that data low right there would be like my obvious target. So I was looking at it, but I'm actually happy we didn't end up inversing it because I don't really like taking trades before New York Open. It's just not what I do. I want to set an alert at this high right here because if we are going to get a bearish setup, S&T at this high would be ideal. So I like how we've opened and are manipulating away from my bias. Okay, so we just swept that high, which is it's important how we react here. Looks like ES did not do that. It could go there though. We would need to see this hold. So a setup for me would be sweeping this and then inversing like this. And really it would be considered A plus in my opinion. See if we ended up making like a 2 minute. So yeah, we'll have a 2 minute here. It'll be this guy. So I like that initial reaction. I want to see how we start reacting here. I want to see us break down. But if we do end up like closing above all of this, then I'm gonna have to potentially switch my buys because I could see why it would want to go higher. Like after sweeping this previous day low, we have this little order block right here. We reacted off of that to go higher. We are trading well above this hourly SIBI. ES just took that high right there, so it's not really ideal for my bearish setup. But it could just be NQs creating an order block right here. And then if we trade below this, it would be a change in the state of delivery. But that's just me like thinking in the future right now. Um, So yeah, if we trade below this on a closing basis, it would start to look good. It wouldn't be my entry signal, but it would start to give me signs that we are going lower. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I can see why I would want to go higher right here after sweeping previous day high. We have this right here as a potential bullish order block that we used. Then 15-minute structure. We are respecting bullish up until this point, but this is my potential area of reversal. So we inverse this 15-minute, respected this BISI, and are trading higher. So that's why it's kind of a tough situation right here. Still favor bearish though. Just like to say what goes through my head. I like this reaction right here. What's the highest time frame fair value gap? Is not the 2. We have a 3 minute. We have a 4. So the 4 might end up being our entry right here. I don't want to see it go too aggressive without me right here. Yeah, this does look like a really good setup though. I gotta see like chill out for the next 3.5 minutes if I'm gonna enter on the 4 minute. So this is where patience comes into play. Um, yeah, I mean this data Wow, voice crack. This data low is my main target. Hey, when I talk a lot, I get voice cracks, all right? Yeah, so I don't want to see this go too far without me right now. I am going to switch over to micro right here. Okay, so we inverse that. I do want to pay attention to this low right here. This is the initial low. Okay, so it's not going to run off without me. Nice job being patient. Want to see this hold. If we can get a reaction off this change in the state of delivery right here, and then continue lower, that would be like a really good confirmation on the lower time frame. Okay, so that's a good sign. Could be like your low risk entry. This is your initial low. So entry, we'd be looking at something like this. Could put the stop loss at like the high of the order block or like that rejection block right there. So the body's right here. So yeah, if this inverses, I will take it. Because then this would be like a propulsion block if we can go through it. And then this would likely be my only trade of the day if I do my max risk on it. Which I think I am gonna because this is exactly what I was looking for. Um, 5. Could just play it safe and put it up here. Okay, so if we inverse that, I'm going short. I have to switch to 4. All right, I'm short there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Scar. I think I'll just take it all off right there too. Don't need to be too greedy. Wanna just 1 minute structure looking like. Could put it above this order block right here. So yeah, as I mentioned, I would want to see this be as a propulsion block because we traded up into this change in the state of delivery, and then created another potential order block right here. So I wouldn't want to see us trade above that. We just took out the initial low of the day on NQ. We did not on ES. So important how we react here. Got to see us continue push through. Because right now there is S&T at those lows. So if my bias is wrong and we continue bullish, I would understand why. But if my bias is right, and this is going to be that area of reversal, then data low should be easy target to hit. Get that out of the way. And we'll see if price action is going to be abysmal again because I'm sure you guys saw it. Luckily, I was able to get a scalp right off the rip in the morning in the live Discord. So if you're watching this and you're not in my Discord, it's a free Discord. I do live trading pretty much every day. If I'm not doing it on YouTube, I'm doing it on there. Trade breakdowns, weekly breakdowns, all of it. So link is in the description right there. Also, if you're not subbed to the channel, I'm trying to get to 100 subs by July. I'm about like 12 away. So if you like what you're seeing, want to just continue getting, being part of the journey, then feel free to sub. So yeah, I want to see continued push through here. Right now, there's still that SMT right there, right here. And again, if my bias is wrong, then we're going to see a easy push through here. And this SMT would act as a true bullish SMT instead of just a six sister type of deal where NQ is weaker and ES is not as weak. I'd like it if we had SMT at these highs more, but we do not. This is a good setup though. I won't be mad if it loses. Not a huge fan that we are closing above the midpoint of that. Stop's likely going to get hit. Might just want to keep poking higher. Okay, yeah, so we just inverse this 3-minute right here. Probably going to go higher. Kind of already looking like bad price action, in all honesty. But let's see if we can hold this change in the state. We have SMT right here at these internal highs, so would want to see that continue to hold. If it doesn't, then that's why my stop loss is there. Okay, good reaction. See that continued push back into profit, or back right down to the entry area. Okay, so that SMT held right at this change in the state. So stop loss was in a good place right there at the high of this propulsion block. Okay, so if this SMT can get invalidated right here, and ES trades through the current low of the day. Current 930 low, like this low right here, that would be good for us. So let's see, do I have that marked out? Okay, well, it's looking good. Yeah, so stop was in a good place right there. I'm gonna move it to, I mean, I don't really need to assume risk anymore because we're already all the way down here. I just want to see it push. Um, but I am really confident in this. SMT at these lows. It's a 5-minute intermediate term low. So that's kind of an important area. We have this fair value gap. So I don't need to assume like all that risk. I can just put it at the high of this. And that'd just be a really small loss if it were to come back. This this data low is different on the micro compared to the mini. I guess I'll just put it at the micro level. And really, like, since my bias is bearish, I could hold for lower prices. Like, low key, I want to take off 3 right here and then hold from lower and then just aggressively trail my stop because I just want to see this dump. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'll take off 3 right here. I am going to go break even now. If I lost this, I'd be pissed. Yeah, 950. Good call, Scar. Would want to see this just push. ES still hasn't taken its 5-minute intermediate term low, so this is really going to be the make or break of if we hit target or not. I just want to make sure I didn't trail my stop too aggressively because we have this SIBI right here. It's better if it remains open. Where's the midpoint of it? So my stop is right at the midpoint. I'd want to see it stay below that. So I think my stop is okay. If it goes all the way back up here, takes me out and then goes, I'll just have to live with it, I guess. But, I am very bearish. It's looking good. Data low is so obvious. We'll see. See this macro push. I would love to hit target before 10 a.m. Like, because if a reversal is going to happen, if we haven't hit this by 10 a.m., I'm gonna change this to all take the take everything off here because I don't want to risk a 10 a.m. reversal. I'm just worried my stop is too low. Yeah, I really just need to see the lower portion of this stay intact. Or I should say the upper portion below midpoint. Looks like we might hit break even though. Damn, that sucks. See what would have happened if I kept my stop. I think I had it like right here. Yeah, this intermediate term low really made the difference. Damn, it's a good setup. I think I just gotta sit still. Alright, good break even. I was so sure that data low is gonna get hit. Gotta put this in my journal. Let me do this. Better than a loss though, right? I almost my stop loss was very close to getting hit. So at this point, I'm not really sure of the bias because it's either gonna be bad price action again or we're gonna flip bullish. Because really I feel like it just should have dumped right here. Should have at least taken this out. But now we have relative equal lows, so it just really just depends. Oh no, I need to play it by ear. We got 10 a.m. coming up here. Don't want to start chasing shit now. I feel like May price action has just been super shitty. Kind of watching this 2 minute right here. There's a 3 minute. 5 minute looks awful. I mean, it could go down and hit my target. I think it honestly will, but I just got to be disciplined here and be okay with it because I don't know. It's just not looking good to me. It's just like the intuition. 10 a.m. could be better. So we'll see what happens here in a couple minutes. But really played out exactly how I wanted it to. I said it could poke above this high into this 15 minute right here. That's what I favor for an opening range manipulation. Um, got exactly that. As we were creating this up close candle and it closed, I said I want to watch this if it's going to be the change in the state of delivery. And um, ended up happening right on this close below right here. I said, okay, let's watch this. I said I liked the reaction off of this right here. And then we started moving lower. I put my stop loss above this candle right here because this is a propulsion block right here. The reason it's a propulsion block is because this is the change in the state. This up close candle went and dug into that order block right there and then created another order block by trading below this. So that's referred to as a propulsion block, an order block that is created off of an order block right there. Stop loss was held above there. Traded all the way up here, hit that change in the state one more time, but kept this high intact, which was important, and then had that nice displacement lower. So once I saw this, I'm like, all right, data low is set. We're good to go. Now that we're having this reaction right here, it's just telling me that price action isn't that great. And I don't want to just say that because it's like, oh, my target didn't get hit, so price action's bad. It's just like, really, I I think that we should have just dumped right here. Is that a Venom? I'm not sure. Not sure. I really haven't. I don't really keep up with any new ICT concepts anymore. I got my model and I trade it. Okay, so we got SMT right here, right? Yeah, this is at the 10 a.m. open. Is that 9 a.m. high? Yeah, so we just took out 9 a.m. high on ES, but not on NQ. So I want to see if that's going to stay intact. Let's flip over to NQ. Okay, we're pushing though. Yeah, I think the bias was just wrong as of right now. But man, this opening range and just like this entire week has just been tough as far as price action goes. Like I'm honestly really happy to be where I'm at with I've taken 2 trades and it's Thursday. That never happens. One win, one break even. Okay, so now we have SMT still right here. Is that Asia high? Yeah. All right, so this chart is looking messy as fuck. I need to take stuff off. We could still get a setup here because we have relative equal lows at data low now. Could just be, wanted to poke above this 9 a.m. high. Now we have SMT with Asia high, so it could be an even better setup, and London high still. So really, it still could be valid. I'm not going to go full risk though, just based off if I get a setup, because looking at these candlesticks, it's just not looking ideal. So as far as an entry goes, we'd be looking at something like this. How do we close on that? Okay, so we closed below midpoint. Wicks are just doing the damage right now. It could just be digging into this right here. It's hourly order block. I'm not going to mark it. But yeah, still SMT at session highs and kind of just holding and hanging around in these fair value gaps here. It's probably 2 minute now, right? Yep. 3. We'll see in a couple minutes. Right now, the 2 would be the trigger. Looks pretty good. Just got to continue holding. May have just wanted to wait for a 10 a.m. open high. So now we have time on our side with like the hourly candle. So that's why this setup would be even better because we have SMT at these session highs. We have a 10 a.m. right here. Open high, low close. So if you're newer to the concepts or just don't know what that is, if we think about the hourly candle right here, do I have my PO3? No. Do I have it here? Yes. So if we think about the hourly candle that just opened, this is the open right here. If I'm bearish, what I want to see is all of this be created as the wick. So I would expect that this would be the wick being created right now as it's green and up closing. And then if I get my setup on the lower time frame, being like the 2 minute as of right now, I'd want to start to see displacement through this opening price right here, which would tell me that this up close or this green was all manipulation at this point. And then I would want to see us trade through here. If I get my trigger on the lower time frame, which would be like an inversion fair value gap, change in the state of delivery, all that. That'd be a good sign that this really was the manipulation and this hourly candle should go lower. But it all just, depends on how we react right here. Could be wrong, could just want to keep going higher. Because for me, like, these are the last areas of defense before we go and take London high. I need to see these continue to hold. Yeah, because ES just traded into this. This was the new day opening gap right here and took Asia high. So that may be like the last point of manipulation it wanted to do before we start to go lower. While NQ is weaker. So we have a 3 minute now. Could make a 4 in a couple minutes. Could make a 5 in a couple minutes. Yeah, really good break even on that last trade though. I'm happy that I uh I put the emotions aside. I was getting greedy, looking back on it now. I was getting greedy and I was saying that I'm not even sure if it was greed really. I was just super confident that data low would get hit, but the fact that it just engineered more liquidity right there, like it's just unfortunate, right? Wanted to stab higher again. So that's why I think this needs to be the last manipulation leg before moving lower, if it is gonna go lower. But I easily could have taken a loss right there and probably would have made me mad. So 4 is the highest time frame right now. If I do get a entry signal, I am gonna go in with low risk, I think, because well, one, I'm only giving myself one more try on the day because this is just if it's if we get an entry signal right here and it doesn't go to data low, then that tells me price action is just shitty and I'm wrong about my bias most likely. It's probably gonna go without me though. Just gotta be patient. So yeah, the 4 and the 3 are gonna close at the same time. Um, this is technically like a 10 a.m. change in the state of delivery based on this candle right here. So yeah, so see how we're flipping through that opening price right here of the hourly candle. Looks like it's starting to go without me though. That sucks. Damn. Just no entry. We'll still see though. I could enter off of like a change in the state right here. Set a limit. Yeah, so let me switch over to MNQ because I could still do that. I'm still confident in the draw. Um, something like this. Yeah. let's not do that. Thank you. All right, last trade of the day, right here. It's a good setup. Can't be mad if it loses. It's just bad price action. That's why I went lower risk. It's technically like an A plus setup for me. It's just based on the conditions. Um, I can't go my full risk. But we got 10 a.m. open high low close targeting data low. Um, we took out the 9 a.m. high. We have SMT at session highs with Asia and London compared with ES. We got 3-4 minute inversion fair value gap after sweeping all the highs, changing the state of delivery on those time frames as well. Obvious draw on liquidity. Time's on our side. It's just a matter of if we actually are going to be bearish, because again, the bias could still be wrong. Looking for like a 1 to 1.6. If it's gonna go, it should just dump. Like I don't want to see it hang around here. And really, if it starts to make its way like above here, I don't want to see. I want to see the lower portion of this inversion hold. Highest time frame is technically the 4 minute, so we could look at that time frame. But yeah, I don't want to see us like visit up in the upper portion right here. If we do that, it tells me then we're not as weak. Price action is probably going to continue being bad, and my buys could potentially be wrong. But I accepted the risk right here. Just got to hold through. I can't be mad if I lose because it's a good setup. Something I would take 10 out of 10 times. I do like also when 10 a.m. Acts as a PD array as well, meaning like notice how 10 a.m. is technically a 3 minute change in the state of delivery. That's usually a good sign that um, it truly is an open high low close. So a lot of good things going for me in this trade as far as technical analysis goes, but given the circumstances, I could still see it losing. So hit right at the midpoint of that, seeing good rejection right there. It's really good. You just got to monitor lows with ES and look for SMT. Um, but yeah, that was a good reaction off the midpoint right there. That's a good signature for bearishness. See how we react. I could go break even at this low right here, but given the conditions, break evens are very likely to get hit. I think I'm just more in protection mode rather than like swing for the fences mode. So I could just move my stop above this high right here because it hit the midpoint. I wouldn't want to see us revisit that once we take this low. I want to know when ES takes that as well. On a normal good low resistant day, we should have already taken it. Should have went already. There's also a little fair value gap here. Hello? All right. So I think I may implement like a soft stop in this trade. And what I mean by that is my hard stop is right here. So if we just zoom all the way up here, that's my hard stop. But if we close above this 4-minute inversion without taking this high, I would potentially get out of the trade just myself manually. All right, so we held this on the 1 minute, the 4 minute right there just inversed. Yeah, it's probably cooked. I think I'm just gonna hold it. This is like the last line of defense right here. Inverse the inverse, that's how you know it's bad PA. Yeah, it's bad. It is definitely bad, Scar. It's been so shitty all week. It's blow up environment for sure. So that's why if the stop gets hit, probably just gonna end the stream right away because I don't want to be by the computer anymore. Definitely gotta walk away because break even and then a loss on two like A-rated setups just tells you that the edge isn't there. The price action's bad. Just not worth it. Dow took that high. We'll see how we react to this 1 minute right here. This could just send us higher. Two great setups. Two very great setups. So, you know, you can't be mad about that at all. Edge was there. Everything I was looking for was there. Like I was pretty much walking it on a leash, and then it just wasn't delivering like I thought it would. And that'll happen. Just got to preserve capital for the days where it's good. Because this is PA where people blow their accounts. This is PA where people revenge trade. If we inverse this 1 minute, I'm gonna move my stop to right here. Looks like yesterday, right? Huge wicks back and forth. I mean, I'll say it again. These setups that I took today, these are setups I'm taking 10 out of 10 times. Like these are great setups. It's just unfortunate that the price action is bad. So if you're taking losses today, just focus on protecting your account. Um, and you can't be too mad because, I mean, this is the things you can't control. This is why there's no 100% win rate, is because things can look literally A plus exactly how it's supposed to, and this happens. 13 minutes in this trade. Yeah, it should, if it was gonna go lower, it should have just dumped when it hit this midpoint and had this reaction. Even like three drives pattern right here too. One, two, three, inversion inside all this area right here with the fair value gaps, 15-hour time on your side. Um, yeah, great setups, great setups. I know I keep repeating myself, but you just gotta talk yourself through it. You gotta talk yourself through it. Because I'm telling you, this is a day where in the past, if I take a loss, I'm going the other direction right away. If I sold and my stop loss gets hit, okay, now I know why it's going long. I'm going long. Stop loss gets hit, repeat. Get pissed, blow an account. That's this type of day. So it's important that you hold firm to your bias. And this is where your rules of, well, mine are two trades and then I'm done. This is the environment where it matters because there are days where maybe you get away with it, right? So say you take two trades, break even, loss, and then another A plus perfect setup presents itself, and then you get in there and it ends up winning and you make back all those losses and you end up positive on the day. What are you doing there? Your brain is automatically going, okay, well, I just got away with that. I can continue doing that. So maybe I can get away with taking three trades in a day. Maybe next time it happens, you're not like saying this out loud, but this is what your brain is doing. Maybe next time this happens, I can get away with it again. What do you think you're going to do when that same situation happens in this type of environment? You're going to deviate from your two trades, right? You're going to take a third one because you're going to go, it worked before, it could work again. This is an A plus setup. I could this well this one it has to work. This one should make back all the losses and more. Once it happens, I'll stop. I'll walk away. I promise. And then you get caught in this shit. And then you go, okay, well, I already took three. Might as well take a fourth one, right? Got nothing to lose at this point. I got 800 bucks a drawdown on my challenge, so might as well just risk the rest of it. And then you blow an account. Probably sounds familiar. Okay, so I said I was gonna move my stop if we inverse this 1 minute, so inverse that. I think there's like a four. Yeah, there's a four right there. Is there a two? Uh, Got 10:30 coming up. I'll be very surprised if it hits take profit. I'm not gonna lie. If we take these lows, I'm going break even for sure, though. For sure. Then I think I have them alerted on. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, we're at 90 subscribers. Only 10 more towards my goal. So if you're watching this and you haven't subbed, please sub. I'm looking to get 100 by July, and we're on track. We're ahead of schedule. So if you're watching this and you like it, please give the channel a sub and feel free to join the Discord community. It's free. It's free, and I do stuff like this because I don't live stream every day on YouTube. I'm pretty much if I'm not doing it on YouTube, I'm doing it on in Discord and just talking through price action, give a pre-market analysis every single day, trade breakdowns, weekly breakdowns. So it's definitely something that I would have looked for if I was a new trader. Let's see how much risk I have on the table right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a long trade though. Long trade. We've been in here 20 minutes. Could end up being a break-even trade. So let's not get too excited yet. Because based on these conditions, it makes you think it's going, and then what does it do? takes a low, and then goes all the way back to the middle of the range. So just stay solid here. Honestly, I'll move it like above this high. Because if we're bearish, we should just be using up close candles as resistance. Sit back, hands off the mouse, just let it do its thing. Low expectations. All right, so ES took um, that low. That's a good sign. That's a good sign that we're really in bearish order flow now. It's not just SMT, so just want to see it continue to go, obviously. Again, the target is still relative equal lows, data low right here. Data low has been the main target all morning. This is the current low of the day, real-time trading hours. So I would expect speed below here. Just want to see how we're reacting to bearish PD arrays now. We got that 1 minute, and we've got an order block right here. Really, I can use the bottom because it's a long wick. If you just tuned in and you didn't see me take this trade, it is based off of a 4 minute inversion right here. Well, really the 3 gave me the most insight right here. I got off based on the change in the state of delivery off the 3 minute, but my primary entries are based off of inversion fair value gaps right here. So we took that 9 a.m. high, SMT at session highs right here, set a limit at this change in the state of delivery. Stop loss was above this high right here because it's these 3 consecutive up close candles on the 1 minute. So that's an order block. And yeah, I had to go through. I was in drawdown hell here for a little bit, right? Really expected that to get hit. But stayed strong, so I got to accept the risk. Just want to see speed from here on out. Looks like we are in like a sell program now. So I just want to see it continue to go. It's a hard market though. Hard market. Man, if I was like a newer trader trying to go through this and learn through this, that shit's tough. So if that's you, I feel for you. It gets better though. Market always goes through tough periods. So this is current low of the day on ES. I don't want to see it play around and go back up here and all that bullshit. I want to see it just go. I think it's done enough time up here. So yeah, if it hits be a 1 to 1.6 R, accumulating below this low. If there's SMT there, I'd be nervous, but since there isn't, I think we're okay as of right now. This is one PD array, this is two PD array. So I like my stop loss above those. And normally I would leave a runner towards my overall targets, which is equilibrium of this range, this unfilled 4 hour. But if you think I'm doing that in this environment, hell no. Like I still wouldn't be surprised if we go and hit break even here, right? Yeah, so my stop loss is right at like this 5 minute right here. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised. We just engineer more liquidity. This is our spot though. This is what we got to see hold. See that midpoint hold. Yeah, I think break even gets hit. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Don't do it to me. It's doing it to me. Okay. Yeah, it's sitting in this 5 minute. I tried. I tried. Again, better than a loss. Two trades that went right up to stop loss and then went right in my direction near my target and then went to break even. So what does that tell you? It's not good price action. Stay out. And quite honestly, I don't want to see it, or I don't want to watch the market anymore. So I'll do a quick trade recap on both of the trades that I took right here that were break even, and then I'm going to end it because I don't want to look at this anymore. But we are trading inside of this hourly SIBI right here, hourly order block, 15-minute SIBI right here, SMT at these London highs and Asia highs. So if we take a look at ES right here, ES went all the way up, took Asia high right here into this new day opening gap, right? SMT right there. So this was a really good area for me to look for shorts from. And the reason I was looking for shorts, first of all, despite taking previous day low right here and starting to see some movement higher, is because relative to this 4-hour range right here, we have no pullbacks whatsoever to reach equilibrium. So I was looking at from this low to this high. Equilibrium is right at this unfilled 4-hour fair value gap right here. So that's why I didn't trust this 4-hour that we were trading inside of because it's still too premiumed in my opinion. We had this 4-hour fair value gap all the way to the left right here before we reached up into some of these highs. So if we are going to see reaction, I'd want to see it right there. We started to break down, got that structure exactly like I was just talking about on the hourly, on the 15-minute right there. What I was looking for at the open is a manipulation higher. So if I'm bearish, where do I want to see the manipulation happen? Is away from my target. Away from my target. Target's data low right here. This is PPI low. Wanted to see manipulation away from it. What did we do? Opened higher, took out all these highs right here, held this 15-minute right here, start to break down, took this short right here. That was based off of was it a 4-minute? Yeah, that was based off of a 4-minute right here. So shorted off that 4 right at this open, went up, almost hit my stop loss, went right back down, really close to data low right there, and then went and took me out. So that was the first sign where I'm saying, okay, this is probably bad price action because if we were going to go lower, it should have just done it right there. Next trade. After it left this low right here, I was thinking, okay, we're leaving engineered lows above data low, right? So that makes it an even better draw on liquidity right there. It's fine if we go up, take the high one more time, as long as we continue to hold this 15-minute and this hourly right here. And this setup honestly ended up being arguably even better. Not even better because I like 9:30 a.m. Judas swings, but I think it was better because ES had taken more of its highs and created more session liquidity. So that's what I liked more. Um, but yeah, we took out the 9 a.m. high right here, had SMT at these session highs. What else did we have? Time was aligned. 10 a.m. open right here. Okay, so 10 a.m. open. If I'm bearish, I want to see an open high. So this is opening price right here. Open high, create the wick. I was literally describing this real time with the hourly candle right here. Wanted to see it open high, low, and then close. Okay, so I was looking for this on the hourly candle. Open at 10 a.m. high, took out 9 a.m. high, SMT inside 15-minute, inside 1 hour. What did we get? I pretty much entered based off of this 3-minute, even though there was a 4-minute fair value gap. I set a limit at this low right here because this would be my 3-minute change in the state of delivery. Open high, it was paired with 10 a.m. So if I have order blocks that are paired with time, like openings at the hour, this is something that's like honestly really good to know. Is if you're looking for an open high low close and you start to see this pattern where it's like change in the state of delivery, inversion fair value gap, breaker, and that change in the state is paired with the 10 a.m. open price right here, that's a really, really good setup right here. Okay, so open, high, took all these, and then inverse this, set my limit right here, and then stop loss was above these three up close candles right here, because on the 1 minute time frame, this was like your order block slash change in the state of delivery. Didn't want to see price go above there. So enter right there, stop loss above here. Really close to coming and taking that. I thought for sure we were going to take it, but then I started to see movement lower. Took this internal low right here and accumulated and went higher. Two really, really great setups, guys. Like I'm taking these 10 out of 10 times. And on normal days, these are setups where I'm using my full risk. Not like full risk for the account, like full drawdown, but my own personal risk rules that I apply to my accounts based on percentages and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, those are two trades where I would use full risk because everything was aligned for me right there. It's just, you know, you can only do so much about seek and destroy conditions, and that's what this is. It's just seek and destroy. So I'm happy I got out of it with two break-even trades. It could have been two losses very easily. It was very close to being two losses, um, and it wasn't. So happy with how I performed. I can be upset about price action, but what's the point? I followed my rules. It's considered a winning day for me, right? So even though I took two break-even trades, it's considered a winning day because followed all my rules, right? So A plus day for me. Just bad PA this week overall. May. Yep, that's what I was saying earlier. Is May has just been shitty price action. I thought for sure that after this yesterday, this was some of the worst price action I've seen in a long time. Yesterday, was able to get a win out of that, luckily. But this might even beat that. This is looking almost even worse, arguably worse. So be careful if you're still trying to trade. I would not be trading this. You're gonna probably break even or lose. Okay. If it was gonna go lower, I feel like it should have done it already. And I think when it does finally go lower, it's not gonna give an entry. It's just gonna go. Right. I think it's just gonna try and get people to FOMO and chase it. Like I think once it goes, you're just gonna see a bunch of down close candles with no type of entry. Okay. So be careful in these conditions. This is not easy. Low probability. Um, there's tomorrow and there's next week. Don't make your trading career dependent on one day. It's not. All my um, all my targets from yesterday got hit today. So like everything down here I was looking for yesterday, but it happened during London today, right? I was looking to target all of these right here. We had this happen. What do I think is going to happen? Probably in the PM session, lunch, or tomorrow, is all of these are going to get hit, right? It's just how it goes. You just got to be a risk manager. Focus on being a risk manager more than a technical analyst. That's been what sent me over the edge and reach new levels is focusing more on risk management. Because once you have your model, it's easy, right? It's just the hard part is the risk management and psychological management. That's the hard part of trading. Okay, and it's hard because we're not wired that way as humans. We're not wired to be risk managers. We're not wired to be disciplined, especially when money is involved. The most emotional thing in the world, really. Are you doing this every day? Yes, sir. So I live stream on YouTube, probably twice a week. I feel like about. Um, but I'm active in my trading community every single day. It's free. It's in the description. Just look in the description, you'll see it right there. I do trade breakdowns. I do pre-market analysis. So if you were in my Discord, you would know exactly why I was looking for lower prices. I do it every single day. Um, yeah, if I'm not live on YouTube, I'm live in my Discord. So I'm live there much more often than I am on YouTube, and really just breaking price down. We do trade breakdowns, weekly breakdowns, and hop in voice channel and just talk through things. So yeah, I know I keep self promoting, but small YouTube channel trying to grow. If you're not subbed and you're watching this and you enjoy it, just please go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. So appreciate you if you're doing that. Cool. Join your Discord. Thanks. Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. I try to make it, and I feel like I keep saying this, but I try to make it to the point where it's something that I wish I had when I was a growing trader. I've been trading for 5 years now. 5 years in August, and brother, links are not working. They should be. Let me check it. I had. Oh shit, they're not actually like hyperlinks. Okay. If you copy and paste it, sorry, this is my fault, but if you copy and paste it, like copy www.wap.com/Tommy, copy and paste that into your um, site address, and then it'll take you there. I can probably change that right now, though. 5 subs away from 100. All right, let's go. Let's go. We'll get there a lot sooner than I thought. All right, let me change this. Content, edit. Hmm. ASDA. What does that mean? Done. Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. I don't know. I thought it was gonna post as a hyperlink where you could just click on it, but for some reason it didn't. It's not letting me change it. I'm really interested to see what tomorrow does. Um, if tomorrow's bad, then I'll be super surprised because I mean we have 10 a.m. news tomorrow. Um, there really has just been nothing this week. We got this right here yesterday. Took a nice short right here. That was the dub. But one win, two break evens this week. My first trade came on Wednesday. Took that live in the Discord. So that was a nice win. Um, and then I keep saying it, but two really good setups right here. Like this is exactly what I was looking for and what I called out. And Just never got that follow through to data low. Super surprised. It's such a good draw on liquidity. But yeah, this is a day where 100% I would have blown up. I would have been going long right here. Old Tommy's going long here for sure. And probably trailing stop too tight, getting hit at break even, and then thinking, okay, now we're gonna reverse down here, and then you know the story. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Good to have you guys. It's good. It's a growing community. One advantage that you guys have though is since it's not like anything crazy, not anything. When I say crazy, I mean like crazy big, like a lot of these other discords out there are, with like trading influencers and shit like that. Is it's just I'm long, but in demo, not with my prop. Yeah, trade demo for sure. Um, is like I'm working with people directly, right? People that are watching this right now, the YouTube or this live stream, they can, let me rephrase that. People who are in the YouTube watching this live stream right now and are in my Discord can vouch where it's like I'm working with you very directly. And it doesn't even need to be like I'm holding your hand and walking you through everything because people that are in the Discord are like, um, self-established traders. Like they know what they're doing and they just want to be a part of a community. So you have that part of it as well. But then there's other people who are more beginners and they want, um, more help with like technicals and psych and stuff like that. So it's really for anyone. So let's see. I do see a long setup. Like I don't know if this is why you took the long, but there is this 5 minute right here. Whoops. Let me get the micro off because I'm not taking trades. So there's that 5 minute right there. And okay, this is, damn, that's a good setup. But I'm not bullish, so that's why I didn't take this. But this is like a very classic setup right here. If I was bullish, this would be a great, great setup. Is okay, so if we took data low and we got this exact move right here, this is a really good setup. Um, 5 minute fair value gap right here, really good V shape, right? And with that V shape, we have a 1 minute order block right here. And then saw that continuation. So your entry would be like right here. Stop could be below the order block if you want to be aggressive with your stop loss, or like at the midpoint of this wick right here, below it. So something like that. And then probably target high of day right there. And if my bias was wrong and we're just going to be bullish, then we should go up and take these highs. Okay, so yeah, we did inverse this 1 hour right here. So I would say we go up and take these session highs now. So that was really like going into it, my bias for the day, and what I mentioned in the pre-market analysis chat in my Discord is I'm bearish as long as we hold and show signs of holding these two fair value gaps right here based on the hourly and the 15 minute. As soon as we inverse them and show signs of wanting to move higher, then I'm bullish towards session highs. So the fact that we took previous day low, we use this as like a change in the state of delivery slash order block, pushed higher, inverse this 1 hour SIBI. Rest of the day, I'm looking here, London high, potentially Asia high, and previous day high. But I'm done. I'm not trading. Took my two, call it a day. But I think I probably am going to call it right here because there's just no point in looking at the charts anymore. Um, but yeah, that's going to be it for me. But yeah, I gave you my buys for the rest of the day slash session. Again, this was a good long, but I'm not going to take a long on a live account while we have data low, um, current low of the day right here, trading off of these hourly and 15-minute SIBIs right here. Just lower probability to me. Yeah, that was the play. So this will be engineered for another point in time. Still not convinced with longs, right? Because um, just based off higher time frames, this isn't sustainable to me. So we'd want to see that trend line liquidity get wrecked and down here eventually. Probably going to need news to give us that. So I would suspect that there's probably going to be some type of negative news at some point, and we explore down there. But as of right now, you just got to play with what it's giving you. Okay. Yep. So I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next week.